What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dandy back again, and we are in the sky for yet another episode of, ATM9 To The Sky. So, last time we left off, we had really just gotten started. I mean, we don't have a lot to work with. We have the infinite void of nothingness, where it is nighttime, and we have the starting area that we built a platform around, and our second platform. But we have a lot of work to do. If you head over to the quests tab, you'll see that we're really just in the beginning. We're just getting started with getting started. So I think today's focus is going to be to see how far we can get through the getting started page so that we can start moving on to some of the other quests and focusing on other mods. Unfortunately, the best thing to do right now, I think, is to expand. You know, we're kind of outgrowing our space a little bit, and we're gonna need to do some grinding for resources. So I'm not gonna make y'all sit through that whole thing. Let's fast forward through that and do some grinding. One thing that will always be important to remember about this game is that if you crouch, which for me is shift, but whatever your crouch button is, you cannot walk off the edge. If I was not crouching right now, I would be off the edge. But crouching, one of the most important safety features of Minecraft. Anyway. Alright, so we've done a fair little bit of grinding, nothing crazy, but we expanded our platform a bit to give us more space to grow, and we did some harvesting. So we cut down more trees, just gathered a little more wood since we had to use some for the building. We also gathered a handful of rocks and made some cobblestone, as you saw. So let's start looking at quests. I have my quest book here, so let's see. I guess the next best area to move would probably be up this way. Mainly because I want to get here to the Cobblestone Generator. If y'all are fans of SkyBlock style games, you know what this means, you know how convenient it is. So let's start working in that direction, starting with the oak barrel. So it looks like all I have to do is craft an oak barrel. That's not hard. Let's go ahead and knock that out. That's something I've always liked about this particular game mode as well, is that, you know, it gives you all these crazy tasks, and you get rewarded for each of them. So even just learning to craft something new gives you a new experience. So I've crafted an oak barrel, and let's go look at the quest and see what it has to tell me. So one of those important ways to get materials in this pack, second only to the sieve, which we've made 3 of. This can make clay using water, soul sand using witch water, and even create dirt from saplings. These will fill with water when it rains. So it might be good to have some of these that are out and some of these that are covered. So I guess I'll go ahead and I'll make a couple of these, honestly, because of how important they seem. So I'll make, let's say, 4 total, and that way we'll have 5. Boom. Hey, they stack. That's nice. And then I'll put 3 next to each other, and then 1 kinda, I guess, right over here. And then, actually, we'll have 4 next to each other, and then 1 right over here. And the one right over here is going to be my covered one. So we're going to give it a little roof, why not? I am out of planks. So giving this a roof will help keep this one from getting water in it, so we can use it for whatever we want, while these ones I think I will leave open so that if it rains, I get some extra water, which could be really handy. So, and these are really cheap to build, so if I need more that don't have water, I can make them. So let's continue on the questing then. If we go into the quest book, it looks like we have a couple options. Some moving up to soul sand, which I don't really think I need right now, honestly. But clay, let's work at clay. So fill a barrel with water and right click with dust to get clay. Alright. So that creates an issue. I don't have any water yet. I guess it needs to rain first, maybe? Let's see if the quest book has any guidance on how to get water. Oh hey, making water's down here, alright? So now we have another path. So before we do clay, we have to figure out water. So flint shears, cheaper than iron. So we need 2 flint to make flint shears. That's easy. I might even have some. Hey, I have 2 flint. Look at that. We are rocking and rolling. So I have a pair of flint shears. That is another quest complete. I get a free piece of flint for it. And what's next? Leaves. Get ready to make free water with these. So I just need to shear some leaves. Alright, that's easy enough. I guess I'll put away this. I like to keep my inventory clean. And then we go get rid of this stuff, grab a sapling, go and do the old twerk to get this thing to grow, and then shear it. Nice. Quest complete. Oak leaves. A little extra wood too, because waste not, want not. All right, wow, we got a lot. We got 64 leaves out of that. That's really handy, actually. So let's see. What were we? Free oak sapling. Thanks. That one looks... Oh, no, I guess not, huh? Okay, it looked a little different in the preview there. All right, so what comes after that? Oak crucible. How do you make an oak crucible? Just add the leaves. All right. So a bunch of oak logs in the oak slab. All right, easy enough. We've already kind of made some of these. So I have a slab here. I have almost enough logs in my inventory. Let's run it. Boom, oak crucible. And I guess this one can also just be out here in the open, because if it can fill with water, win-win. So we go back to the quest tab. Oak crucible, done and done. Last but not least, make water. So now you have infinite. Boom. Love the check mark. I don't have a bucket yet. That being said, but I guess I can make water. Oh, yeah, okay, so cool. So I guess the leaves just slowly deteriorate and turn into water. All right, well, that's going to take a little while. Man, that almost destroyed my shears, too. So, good to know. All right, so I guess I need a way to get the water out of there. So this is where this search function comes in so much handy. I can look up the word bucket and see, hey, that's Eldwood bucket. That's a little steeper than I have in me right now. All right, I guess all we really can do is make an iron bucket. And the only way to make an iron bucket, unless there's a quest that has to do with getting a bucket. Nah, there ain't one of those. All right, so we need a bucket. There's that. Oh, smelting the chunks. All right, so flint mesh, I guess, could be our next upgrade. So we need a regular string mesh and some flint. All right, well, easy, except for the how to obtain flint, which is sieving gravel, I guess, will work. All right, let's sieve some gravel. So that's where we have some gravel down here, I think. Yeah, we have a stack of 9, or it's condensed. So then, boop, 9 gravel. That's where these come in handy. So let's go. So we use this for, oh, no resources. Love that. Got a little bit. All right, we got some stuff. What do we have? Oh, but we did not... We got so close. We have 3. I believe that we need a total of 4 to make the thing we want. Let's triple check here. Yep, we need 4. So I'm gonna need more gravel, which means that I have to go in here. Where's my hammer at? I do not have a hammer. No, there it is. So I take my hammer. I'm not gonna need the hoe for a little while, and then I start taking my cobblestone. So I have a little mass that I built up of cobblestone. And then I lay the cobblestone out. So let's just do, we'll just put down 6 of it. We'll do 9 at a time, actually. That's a little more convenient. And then, boom. And now it's gravel, I believe. Yep. Rock and roll. All right, we're making good headway here. So let's run this gravel and see if we get what we need, and then we can upgrade our sieve. So that looked like what we needed. That could have been coal, but hey, we got 4 flint. Awesome. All right, so actually that's exactly the amount that I needed, so that's really handy. So now we just need to take this back out of here. So I'm just gonna break this whole thing. Boop. And we'll get the 2 components. Come over here. Turn our string mesh into a flint mesh. Very, very powerful stuff. So we can replace this, and I'll place this one separate so that I can focus on using that one. And now we need to run some gravel through there. Also, we unlocked the quest for the flint mesh, which gave us more flint. That's actually really handy because I can break this. We got 3. That's a really good amount. I can break this, take 1 of my extra flint, which I could have sworn I put in here somewhere, but maybe I don't have any extra flint, and I'm absolutely losing my mind. All right, never mind. We're not gonna make another one of those right now. We'll get there later. I'll just rebuild that like it never happened. Hey, man, I'm sorry for the trouble. There you go. But all right, so now we have a sieve that can more reliably get us iron. But I guess let's check that quest. So we started progressing, and we've unlocked smelting the chunks. So once you have a flint mesh, you will start to get basic materials from sieving, like iron. Combine your ore pieces and make yourself raw ores, then throw them in the furnace to smelt them. So I guess the first thing I'm going to need is a furnace, which is fine. We have plenty of material to both make a furnace and fuel it with all the wood. So I'll put the furnace right next to the crafting table. I'll throw just a half stack of wood, or almost a half stack of wood. And from there, I guess it's just try to get more iron. Now, I know I have some of these copper chunks. Like, there's iron chunk right there. So let's hover over it, hit U. All right, and 4 of it makes a single iron ore. So cool. I guess we just have to get more of that by sieving gravel. So we just have to use our cobblestone and hammer to make more gravel. So we're just going to do it in blocks of 9 again. It's a good Minecraft number. And then run it through here. So let's just grind this for a second. All right, as we can see, definitely get more materials from this anyway. It's still kind of slow rolling, though. I'm up to 2 iron, you know, a little more aluminum, a little more copper, but that is how these mine packs work. You're just gonna have to take your time with it. Fortunately, I got 4 more flint, so I can actually break another one of these sieves and upgrade it to a flint sieve, which will continue to help me make progress faster into getting this ore knocked out. So yeah. Oh, hey, there's a lead ore. Thanks, buddy. So we'll put our new sieve down, add the new flint mesh, and then continue grinding. Ooh, I'm not 100% sure if I'm correct. I was just looking at the stuff I got after that last load, and I can see a pointed dripstone, and those might come in handy later for some lava-based activities, but we'll leave that for later. I don't actually remember if this works or not, so we're going to test to see if I can turn blackstone into gravel. It turned into crushed blackstone. Can I sieve that? I can sieve that. All right. That's materials, baby. Ooh, wow, but wildly different materials. So we ended up getting a lot of pebbles back, but we also got some magma cream and some gunpowder. So I'm going to put those back because I guess that's not exactly what I was looking for. But interesting. I guess I'll try that with the other materials and kind of see what I get. Oh, and black dye. Very neat. All right, so next up we have basalt. Let's try that. Do it all. I don't think this is going to work. I've made a mess. All right, basalt doesn't work. Most of the general things probably don't work. I should probably just stick to using good old-fashioned gravel. So anyway, always worth trying things for science, though. But I guess now I have to grind for more stones, so let's do that. Alright, we've done a bit more grinding. We have more regular stone pebbles now, which is really what I'm shooting for here. So let's turn all of these into oh hey, 4. All of these into resources. So that's one of the reasons I'm working towards the cobblestone generator first, is that the beginning of this game is very grindy. That's just the nature of, I mean, regular Minecraft is much the same way, but that's very much the nature of these SkyBlock style game modes, is you have to grind for everything, which isn't bad by any means. Like, it's kind of the heart of the game. It's the core of it. If you don't want to be a little grindy, don't play this, but part of the reason that I'm pushing towards the upgrades I'm pushing towards is because the joy of this game is reducing the amount of things you have to do to get from point A to point B. So, you know, I'm currently having to punch the grass 1,000 million times to get the rocks that I need to create cobblestone, to then create gravel, to then sieve for materials. If I can finesse my way to that cobblestone generator, all of a sudden, I've relieved myself of the pressures of having to create cobblestone myself. I've skipped an entire slow step, and thus saved myself a lot of time. So, it's just how this game is played. Is you say, all right, well, this is the current area that I'm having to spend the most time. What can I do to reduce that work effort? Like, what's going to be the difference between 10 minutes punching this particular rock and, you know, 5 minutes getting the job done? So let's see, I need 3 iron to make a bucket, which means I need 12 iron ore chunks total. So we're gonna have to keep going for just a little longer. All right, it looks like we just got it. I'm storing my resources from the last little run, and we have made it up to 12 iron. So now you take this, turn it into 3 iron ore, toss it in here, and we will have ourselves 3 iron ingots and a bucket. Now, if we come back over here, we can see we're up to 1 whole bucket of water, but I can add a bunch more leaves and let it continue sifting down to get me some more water out of there. So obviously it hasn't rained, so I don't have any water in any of those, but 1 bucket of water will mean that I can move on in this quest. I just threw my quest book because I am a clever man. All right, so we were working towards clay. And to get clay, it said we have to fill a barrel with water and right-click with dust. So, not that complicated, we just need dust. Of course, that means that I need a little more cobblestone, which I just got rid of all of. So let's get some more cobblestone and then get our dust online. Oh, wait. Actually, before I even do that, Aha! I have a stack of this cobblestone here that I got from a quest. So I will take one of it and be conservative. And turn this into a single piece of dust. So you do gravel, gravel into sand, sand into dust. Awesome. Now if we head back over here, it looks like our iron has finished. So let's use this super precious resource we worked really hard for to get a bucket. Create a bucket of water. Splash it over here. Find our old, I guess I can move these leaves out of the way. Find our old reliable dust. And boom, we have clay, and like that, the quest is complete for clay, which gave us 2 additional clay. Very kind of it. And those are clay blocks, by the way, not individual clay. Very convenient. It's just a lot. If it was, you know, individual clay, a clay block is worth more than 1 piece of clay. So for those of you who know, you know, but this is just so much nicer than having to get 1 piece of clay at a time. So next up, we're doing all fired up. I don't know what this is. I mean, it's SkyBlock. No matter how many different power generation methods we try to show you in these quests, you will ultimately end up with 20 of these in your base. These generate lava when a heat source is placed underneath it. You can use a torch to start with, even though it's slow. Fill with some sort of cobblestone. Alright, well that's pretty much it. You take a porcelain crucible, you put a torch underneath it, you throw some cobblestone in there, and you start generating lava. Very, very, very efficient. Alright, let's see how we make this. So we have to cook an unfired porcelain crucible, which is made of, 7 porcelain, which is bone meal and clay. So we need bone meal. How do you make bone meal? Again, it's always just one thing after another. All right, there's a sieve. You can sieve bone meal out of dust. All right. There's an 11% chance in a flint mesh. Let's do it. I guess we have to make some dust to try to get a 7 bone meal, I guess. Because how much clay is this? We have... Alright, usually you're supposed to be able to break this down, I thought, into smaller version of itself. You can cook it into a terracotta, but where is just turning it into individual little clay pieces that I am trying to think of that exist? So, I guess let's go back to the quest. Best way to solve this is always to go back. So, all fired up. Boom, boom, boom. Clay ball. How do you make a clay ball? Is that different than clay? I'm learning things. Okay, you can chop up using a cutting board and some kind of axe or shovel, or I guess a shovel. You can create clay balls. Little different than what I'm used to, but that's fine. How do we make a cutting board? 2 sticks and 4 wood. Let's get it done. So we'll take, I guess, this and put it... I don't want to put it on the edge. The edge scares me. We'll put it right there. Then you come over here. Well, actually, you know what? A little foolish of me, but let's remove that. You like for things to stand out. Putting an oak cutting board on top of a piece of oak wouldn't stand out enough. So we'll take our cobbled deep slate, something with a different color palette. I need, what was it, 2 sticks. Boom, boom. Do a little crafty LaRue. And we have a cutting board. Hooray! Bop. So now I guess I need a shovel. So I'm going to need another 2 sticks. And I'm just going to make a wooden shovel, I think, because it should be fine. Take the clay. Put it there. Shovel it. Nice. Nice and easy. And like that, we have 4 clay. All right, so... that's how you make clay, I guess. Again, there's always something to learn in these. It's never as straightforward as you think. So I have the clay, I need the bone meal, I need dust, which means I am going to burn through the rest of this free cobblestone that I had. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have to hammer it a bunch. So hammer into gravel. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hammer. Oh, hello. What? Why is this gravel being strange? Oh, my stone hammer's broken. I guess that would explain it. Alright, bye, stone hammer. I just got rid of all my cobblestone, didn't I? Alright, time to go punch rocks again. No, please get out of my hand. No, sir, I don't need you in my hand, please. Punch in the ground. Come on, man, just please. Nothing like punching the ground, finding some rocks. Look at this cool rock I found. Alright, I didn't do it quite as long that time because I really only need enough stone right now, hopefully, to make myself a new hammer. So there's 15 stone. We're gonna need 2 of them. If I remember correctly, it goes boom, 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 stone hammer, and we're back in business, and we have more cobblestone, just in case we need it. Hopefully we don't, though, so let's break this last piece of gravel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Break the sand, and we are to dust level, and dust is where we can potentially get bone meal. We have like an 11% chance, so... light gems. Don't know what that is. Bone meal. Do know what that is. We got 1. Alright, little tedious, but that's kind of how everything is. But let's see. It's always worth checking. Hey, glowstone. If you hover over this and hit R, if you're playing on PC, it'll tell you the recipes for making this. So obviously, there's a variety of things here, most of which are machines we do not have access to, but there's a cutting board. Okay, if I had some kind of meat, I could get bone dust out of it using a knife, but I don't. The sieve we've already seen. There's at different levels of sieve, you'll have different efficiencies. Usually the sieves are they scale, so string is the weakest, and then you move to flint, and then you move to iron. Work your way all the way up to netherite eventually, but again, we don't really have that right now. There's a market, which is a really cool item, but we don't have emeralds or the market yet, so nothing there to worry about. So yeah, it really doesn't look like I guess there's a centrifuge for productive bees, but yeah, we don't have any of that. So our best method really is to grind this using dust, so we're just gonna get back at it. Let's see, I think I have some sand here I can use, and then we have what's left of our cobblestone. So I'll start with the sand, and we'll see how close we can get to getting 7 bone meal. Let's knock it out. All right, so I was trying to think of other ways to do this, because sometimes the questing and the recipes they don't have everything. And my base Minecraft arcane knowledge led me to remember the composter, which can just be made out of any slab. And if I remember how the composter works correctly, the composter allows you to create... I made way too many of those. It allows you to create bone meal by just cramming in random plant life. And what I'm getting at here is I have access to a bunch of random plant life in the form of these saplings that I truly do not need that many of. So if I take the composter, and we'll just put it right here, and then take some of these oak saplings and put a bunch of them in there until it's full, haha, bone meal. And that cuts out a lot of the process of having to smash those things. So obviously it takes a lot of material, but if I can use leaves, which I can, leaves are something I can get a lot of. Do not send my bone meal. Leaves are something I can get a lot of really cheap and really quickly. So this is actually going to save me some time with generating the 7 bone meal I needed. I'll put the rest of the leaves in there because we don't need them right now. So alright, we have 7 bone meal, we have 7 clay, or we have at least 7 clay balls. Let's combine them. Porcelain clay balls, awesome. So in theory, I can go here and create an unfired porcelain crucible. Throw it in there, let it cook, and look at us. We are cooking with fire right now. We sped that process up quite a little bit. It was definitely going a little slow with just the dust, and I was about to have to gather, didn't want to use my stone. I would have had to gather more. So now we have the porcelain crucible locked and ready to go. Let's check out the quest book. So bone meal, oh, look at that. We could have gotten 1 free bone, which is the equal of 3 bone meal. That would have saved us some time, but whatever. All fired up, we get some clay balls and some experience, and now we are on to the Cobblestone Generator, what we have been working for. So a Cobblestone Generator, if you don't want to be right-clicking the floor for the rest of eternity, I don't, make you one of these. You'll need to make lava in your crucible, and you'll need enough iron to make 2 buckets. Trust me, it's worth it. It auto-generates cobblestone and will automatically export to an attached inventory like an oak drawer from functional storage. This is it. This is the goal. So we need 2 buckets, of which I technically already have 1, and I'm willing to sacrifice it. And we need lava and water, and then just some glass and some logs. So let's get right to it. So we learned earlier that for the crucible, all we really need is a torch. So I am going to... I guess create a little platform here real quick. So right here, we'll just do, how do I want to do this? We'll expand this out just a little bit by 2 and just give us a little spot right here. And then we'll go torch right there. Bum, 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 bum. Put the crucible above it. And now we have a little crucible spot. So I need to put cobblestone in here, which I have. So I'll go ahead and put it in there, and you can see in the top in the little UI element, it is starting to generate lava. Very slowly, mind you, but it is generating lava, and the slow is fine for the time being because I need more iron. So I'm gonna have to spend some time, because I used all my iron earlier, I'm gonna have to spend some time sieving gravel once again to get myself some iron. So I guess there's nothing to it, but to do it, we gotta get back to the grind. Alright, I got another mass of stone pebbles. I am turning them all into cobblestone. And we have 58 cobblestone. Let's see how much iron we can get. Again, we need 12 total to complete our goal. So let's hope we get lucky. Oh no, I forgot new Minecraft rules. If you don't sleep at night, you get assaulted by night terrors, and we don't have a roof over our head. Oh, it's gonna be a fun night. I guess next step is actually to make a bed. I think I can do that with the string I have. Stay back, Phantom! Stay away! Ah! They crave my flesh. Yeah. I got one. My knowledge of death has increased. We'll unpack that later. Alright. Come on. Ow. Alright, made a bed. I need a roof. I was just trying to harvest materials, you fiend. See, you gotta be careful too, because they'll try to knock you off, or I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. Yeah. If I kill him, I can sleep. I had completely forgotten about that. I don't know how I forgot about the human desire to sleep at night, but come on, one more dive. I'm gonna eat a steak while I wait. You can't best me, demon of the night. Die! Wait, was there another one? No? Did I miss him? You chump, get down here. I have no desire. Alright. Creature's dead. Need place to nappy time. Gonna make it down here. I know it's so extra to like be like, I urgently need to sleep so I can continue working on this thing I'm working on. Let's build a little house real quick. But come on, isn't that what Minecraft is all about? Is saying, I'm gonna get distracted by doing this thing. Alright. Excellent. The decor, perfect. The bed, cozy. The lighting, brilliant. Who could ask for a better bedroom? Time for a snooze. Advancement made. Sweet dreams. Look at that. We even got an achievement. See, it was efficient. Alright, anyway. Now that the night terrors are gone, it's back to grinding for materials. Sorry for the interruption. Well, you can definitely chalk me up to being the luckiest man alive, because I just worked through all 45 of that cobblestone and got 3 iron ore chunks. So, looks like we have more dirt getting to do. This is why we're building it, so that we never have to do this again. Minecraft is such a strange game because this would be so much less tedious if I had the calming and amazing Minecraft soundtrack playing in the background, but for some reason, every time you locked into an arduous, noise-making task, Minecraft's musicians decide to abandon you, and it causes me great strife. You know, it's funny doing this because you think, like, man, how many rocks could possibly be in this one square of dirt? And, like, obviously this is an unrealistic amount, but, like, I've turned land in real life. Like, I've set up gardens and stuff and had to till the earth and whatever. And you would be genuinely surprised. Like, if you've never done it, you would be genuinely surprised just how many rocks you do actually find. Like, if you're even a small garden. Like, I helped set my wife up a small garden in our backyard when we bought this house, like, a few years ago. And, you know, you turn all the dirt over and then you go back through to check it and it's like, you know, some rocks are really small, you know, the size of a quarter or a little bigger, whatever. And some rocks are like the size of your fist, and they're just all over the place. And you're like, dude, this was all just grass 10 seconds ago, and now it's just a minefield of rocks. Like, where were they all? Where were they hiding? So, I don't know. This feels more true to form than you'd expect as somebody who's, like, done it. This popping noise reminds me of the sound my bones make when I stand up after sitting down for a long time. Alright, Mr. The Pain of Existing, I have managed to dig up yet another massive amount of funny rocks, and actually have more than a whole stack this time, and enough that I can even prepare a little bit by making a couple extra stone hammers, because imagine the fool I would be if I didn't make them right now, and then had to go get more rocks to make rock smashing tools. That would be silly. Anyway, let's try to get more iron, baby. We need 9 more. Alright, a good first run. We're up to 5. Let's keep it rolling. Alright, we're so close. We're almost out of cobblestone, but we only need 1 more. So please 13 cobblestone. Do me right. I'm not going to use all 13 because I'm going to need one piece to build the generator. So I will use 12 of it in this last run, which is divisible by 3 anyway, so it works out. And let's see. 1, 2, 3. That's a lot of items. There's a good chance. All right, we made it to 13. Oh, we are so good. All right, so now we are ready to accomplish our goal with 1 left over. We'll start baking those right away. We did get a whole heaping helping of random other ore, so that'll come in handy in the future, I'm sure. And we have this 1 piece of cobblestone, which I'm going to need, I'm fairly certain, to make into sand. But let's double check. So, yeah, we need 1 piece of glass. So let's go ahead and make this into sand. So, boom. Put down the gravel. Boom. We have sand. When this thing is finished cooking our iron, we're going to make that into sand. I also need logs, which I have plenty of, so 6. Alright, this has been made into iron ingot. Oh, let's check something real quick, by the way. For my sanity, one of my favorite mods ever is it in this mod pack. Crafting table. Yep, crafting station. Oh, man. You just take a crafting table, throw it in any crafting slot, and make a crafting station, which is great because you can put stuff on there and leave it on there, which is really, really cool for if you're building a recipe that's complicated, because you can just leave things there and like have this table say like, all right, well, I have the string that I need and I have the hammer that I need, but I don't have the 3 other items, but I'll leave them there, go get the other items, and slowly craft the recipe and like just have it act. It's just so great. But anyway, all right, we cook the sand, so now I can take this. Oh, and crafting station pulls from adjacent inventories, so I can see what's in the furnace, what's in the chest. So I go to the chest, get 6 logs like that. All right, now time to fill some buckets. If we go to the furnace, the glass is done. So I need water, 1 perfect bucket of water. Do we have enough lava yet? We have 1 bucket of lava. Oh, it's so perfect. And we unlocked the quest, hot stuff. So, oh, this is way down here. Scrambled eggs, delicious. Where was the hot stuff quest at? Oh, I'm not seeing, oh, wait. No, it's not here anywhere. Huh. Oh, okay, cool. 32 cobblestone for free. Man, you gotta check these missions, people. I gotta be better about that. I just got 32 free cobblestone. Would have saved me so much time. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Alright, so now, open up the crafting inventory. Lava bucket, water bucket, cobblestone generator. Oh, and it didn't even eat the buckets, dude. I was willing to let these 2 buckets be consumed by the recipe if it meant that I got this cobblestone generator, and I didn't even need to make that sacrifice. So I still have my 2 buckets, and now I have a tier 1 cobblestone generator. And now the music's also really loud. Thank you for the crescendo, Minecraft. Alright, so what does this mean? It means I need to take this, get a little extra wood online, make myself a nice big old double-decker chest. Hello, video games. I made 12 chests. I'm not a bright individual. It's fine. They'll get put to use at some point, I'm sure, anyway. All right, where do I want to put this? Where do I want to put this? Where do I want to put this? I guess we'll put it just right over here, you know? Stuff it. Boom, boom. And then bam. And now, this isn't working because that's not how chests work. You can't open a chest underneath something, and I am an upset person because I don't remember how to think. Yeah, I think earlier it mentioned making drawers. We'll make a drawer. Or maybe I have to put the chest on top of it. Let's try that. So, you can see it's generating, though. It has its internal buffer has 44. I'm breaking it with an axe, too, because whatever. Huh, dude, Alright, never mind. We're building this in the middle of the area. I don't care. You can go on the ground right here in the middle of my everyday life. Boom. I love it. So, can I put a chest on top of it? Hooray! Alright, so we have a chest on top of it. We're just going to make it really ugly. You know what? We'll balance it out by putting cobblestone there. Hooray! Because cobblestone is no longer a hard-to-obtain resource. Ooh, scrambled eggs. We have cobblestone generating. Is it incredibly fast? No, not particularly. Is it infinite and will go on forever without me having to do anything? Yes, completely. What does this mean for us? For one, it means that we can go in here and accept this quest and start working towards later iterations of the generators in the future, which, really, that's all it takes? Alright, well, that'll be really easy to do later. But, you know, that means that we no longer essentially ever have to punch the ground again. Because if you remember all those materials I was grabbing, you know, basalt, black stone, diorite, granite, andesite, all just kind of different flavors of cobblestone, none of which are nearly as useful for nearly as many things. So there's no need to do that. I'm not missing any major resources. I can go just straight to this chest whenever I want, and, you know, every 4 seconds we get 4 cobblestone. That's 1 cobblestone a second at tier 1. We got to keep our buckets, which were the hardest part, so we can easily make more of these if we want. And the upgrade for it to make it faster isn't that expensive. So we can very easily progress to stage 2 as soon as we, you know, use this to produce more lava, use this with some leaves to produce more water. But we're there. Like, this is probably the biggest kickoff point for this entire thing, and is going to help us start blazing a trail through the rest of these quests and further on into the rest of these quests all through here, which I'm going to minimize now to reduce eyesore. So, very exciting. Either way, I am Tandy, and this has been a journey. We hit a major milestone today. We're starting to knock quests out. We have our Cobblestone Generator back there. We remembered to sleep to fend off night terrors, and we picked up a bunch of rocks. Very, very productive episode, and I'm excited to continue into the future, continue completing these quests to see how close we can get to finishing, and continue bringing you along with me on this journey. So thank y'all all for joining. I look forward to seeing you in the future, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, friends.
Thank you.